I, for one, am truly humbled to be here with all of you, and I applaud you and your unfailing commitment and your passion. I'm looking forward to an amazing few days that we're going to spend together. So get ready. Now I got to start with some fun announcements, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But it has been another amazing years, and it hasn't all been blue skies. We've had some challenges, as you're well aware. We've been stuck us through. We've been through some thick and some thin, and together we have grown a lot stronger. We're a better company today. We're a better organization. One of the biggest challenges we faced together happened last September. I had to stand up here on this same stage and tell you that we would have to be a little more careful on how we shared the essential oils. We postponed sharing much of the scientific research that we had prepared for you. You know, that was tough. That was heartbreaking to me when we were kind of silenced that way. It was gut-wrenching. And I want to just tell you this, get ready. We've been saving up, and we plan to fire hose you a bit in the next few days with great information. You know, we travel around. We get to meet many of you. We hear your stories. We hear your struggles. We hear the challenges. I actually have customer service report into me back at the corporate offices, and I do this because they represent your voice. Each month I meet with our Vice President of Member Services, Mike Tyre. I always want to know the top 5 things that they're hearing about, that are issues. And so we try to fix these. We try to keep moving ahead. We'll keep moving ahead. About a year ago, a little bit more than that, we implemented our shipping reward points, right? We try to offset that shipping cost a little bit. Was that good? I think doTERRA has the most generous loyalty reward program that there is. But I wanted to share a couple things with you. We gave away $144 million, literally, in free product last year through Loyalty Plus. This year, it's going to be significantly higher, okay? We love this, we really do. We're going to continue to do that. I know this helped, but we're still hearing that you want cheaper shipping options. Is that right? Well, we want you to have that too. So we're going to do that. Starting October 1st, we dropped these significantly. So our 2 to 5 day shipping is just going to cost $3.99. 2 to 3 days, $6.99. It's going to be awesome. We're not stopping there, by the way. We're going to continue to assess this. Our goal is to get to free shipping. Now my finance people just can't quite let me do that yet, but that's our goal, all right? That's where we're heading, that's what we're trying to get to. So, how many of you think that our online technology needs a little bit of improvement? You know, we've doubled in size or more every single year. As you might expect, our information technology has struggled to keep pace. You know, for the most part, we've done really well. But we've been aware that we've got a lot of improvements to make. Over a year ago, we began the most significant IT project in doTERRA's history. You may have noticed that we consolidated our website into doTERRA.com, so we provide a more consistent, information for all of you, one place to come. But I want you to know we have a fantastic Chief Information Officer in Todd Thompson. We also have a new Security Information Officer as well. We've just been beefing everything up. We are investing in this project $50 million in developing our business operations and all of our business systems and our websites. This project is well underway. We've been at this for about a year and a half now. It'll take a little more time yet to complete, but it will be designed to handle 10 times the size that doTERRA is today going forward. So, get ready for that. Now, we're going to have a little bit more fun. We are going mobile. Now I want to show you a few slides, but I'm only going to give you a teaser and something you'll be excited about. But this is more than just an app for your phone. We want to empower you to talk about why our oils are the most pure and effective oils in the world. I don't want to give away too much here, but tomorrow you're going to hear a lot more from Corey Lindley and Andrew O'Hare how we are going to empower you to do this. This has been a long time in the coming. And besides great information on our oils, it's going to contain a lot of science. So, just a little bit of a tickler here. You're going to be able to better understand and speak to the essential oils, their processes and so forth there. This is going to be really, really, and by the way, this is going to be available to you very, very soon. I'm not going to give a date, I think they will. So get ready. All right, so moving forward a little bit here, you know, I've presented some fun things, but I want to focus now a little bit on where we're going. In order to do that, I need to look back a little bit at where we've been. We had one primary goal when we were first starting doTERRA, and it was to develop a new essential oil industry by taking essential oils from a boutique or a healer's-like niche and then help families to discover their profound healing benefits. That was kind of a primary goal that we had. Well, let me share something. We have done exactly that. We get across that one off our list. According to Verify Markets, a respected publicly traded company on NASDAQ, we've done exactly that. And let me share, I know this is maybe hard to read, and you ought to go look at the whole article, but they said a small excerpt from this: doTERRA, a provider of therapeutic-grade essential oils and wellness products, has been awarded the 2015 Verified Market Leader Award. The company brought about a new standard of therapeutic-grade essential oils to the world in 2008. Since then, doTERRA has become one of the most exciting direct sales organizations in the personal care space. The company has successfully taken essential oils to the mainstream consumers and established itself as the market leader. That was exactly right. So that's kudos to all of you. Now, as you might imagine, many have taken notice of this, including the big retailers. Now, I have to tell you, I'm not really concerned about competition here. Actually, what I'm more concerned about, as I see some of these big retailers coming on, is I'm concerned that they will give essential oils a bad name. We have tested their oils, of course, we've analyzed the oils, and they're mostly synthetic, and so people simply aren't going to get the results. And so we've still got to go forward with our mission and what we do with essential oils. Now, also, many other network marketing companies have decided, hey, we need to add essential oils to our lines, and you're seeing those pop up here and there. But essential oils require a real commitment to quality and a commitment to education. This is where doTERRA excels far beyond any other company. Now, we all love Dr. Hill, right? You know, there is no other company that comes close to the research relationships doTERRA has fostered for the last 8 years. Dr. Hill and his team are now managing 111 different relationships with leading research universities, clinical structures, hospitals around the world. You're going to hear from some of these great scientists and doctors in the next few days. The degree of high-level collaborating is unprecedented, and I commend them for building such an amazing network. It is great for doTERRA on so many levels. These scientists and practitioners are making discoveries that not only confirm what they've been learning from personal experience, but regarding efficacy of essential oils, but also, you know, they're discovering their therapeutic value of these oils. Our partnerships also are great for these institutions themselves. Let me tell you why. I want to be clear here. They will only use doTERRA essential oils. And the reason they choose doTERRA is that they know we have the most tested and the most trusted oils available. Now, when scientists are performing groundbreaking research, they need to limit the variables as much as possible. They cannot afford to have inconsistency in the essential oils. They know, however, that they can trust the quality and effectiveness and purity of doTERRA's essential oils every time. So, like you, they know that using the most tested, most trusted oils are critical in getting the desired results. And quality is something we simply cannot and will not compromise on. So you know what I like best about these leading institutions and trusting doTERRA above all their essential oils for their research is that it confirms, once again, that original goal we ever had in creating this company, that it's come to fruition, that you can trust doTERRA above all their oils, families, friends, and your loved ones. Okay, there's a new picture here. Some exciting announcements to come today. Now, I'm not going to give these away right now, because I promised not to. But yes, those are our beautiful Melissa fields in Bulgaria you see in the bottom of that picture. I'm not saying anything, just showing you a picture. All right. Now, I want to provide you with some updates on some things that I spoke to last year. 2014, Corey Lindley led our first group in Guatemala to establish our cardamom production and to begin construction of the Sika Bay Vocational School in partnership with Choice Humanitarian. So this is the picture of the very beginning days of the school here. The following year, the major part of the construction of this school was completed. And then a number of you also have been participating. I know there's probably a number in this room that have been there with some of the groups that have gone out and helped in the building and construction of the school. This is a picture of the very first graduating class from Sika Bay. Now to me, most of these guys look like they're teenagers, but actually in their mid to late 20s. This is the first picture of that graduating class, and they each graduated with a recognized certification in construction. Now I want to show you now a quick video of our return trip earlier this year in February to Sika Bay. They'll roll that now. Pick cardamom, you don't just pick everything. They ripen at different stages, and it takes a little bit of a knack and learning to be able to pick just the right ones, because if you pick the wrong ones and you open up the seeds inside are white, and they must be black in order to be ready to be dried and then distilled.
Today we're at our neighbor's house near the Sika Bay Center here in Guatemala. We're helping construct a new stove that will go into a kitchen extension on this home. One of the problems they have in this area is they do all their cooking on these open fires in their small homes here, and it fills the homes full of smoke throughout the day. And for the family, that leads to a lot of health problems, especially with lungs, and more particularly with the small children. So we flew the smoke out of the house so they don't have that smoke in their house anymore.
The people here are amazing. They are so gracious and so friendly. When you come into their neighborhoods and their villages, they just treat you like family.
for girls. And we're going to be teaching them about menstruation. And so we got to shake their hands and give them a hug. So we're going to be going over the germ transfer and teach them on cleanliness.
Ellas se sienten incómodas, que muchos compañeros lo pueden ver con el periodo, pero utilizando prensa o cualquier trapo. Pero ahora que ya cuentan con los kits femeninos, ellas ya están muy protegidas y muy felices, muy contentas y ya asisten a la escuela.
I think what I've learned most of all about this new culture is that even though I can't communicate with them in Spanish, that the smile is, everybody understands a smile and everybody understands a hug. And just as much as they understand my hug and my smile, I understand their hug and their smile. And so that's has been a great, awesome experience for me.
That cool? You know, the Guatemalan people they're beautiful people, and while they suffer a lot of hardship, they're mostly very happy. Maybe a lesson to all of us. You know, there's some pictures that I took while I visited local homes, and these are very, very typical conditions that you see in the surrounding villages. Now, contrast that with this beautiful new facility in Sika Bay. Rotarian Healing Hands has paid for this entire construction of this vocational school, thanks to you. This facility serves numerous villages within a several-hour radius. Students will board at the school for 3 to 5 months, and depending on the vocation that they're being trained in. This is a picture of the graduating class, mostly women, who graduated while we were there in February. They all receive nationally recognized certifications for cuisine cooking, and many now have jobs in restaurants in neighboring cities. So the next group of 30 students began courses to become electricians. So you get the idea of how this school works. Also this year, 21 different communities have received training on how to develop nurseries, gardens, proper production, or production of diversification, something besides those corn tortillas that they eat, and another specialized agricultural training. Now, we also built during 2015 and 16, during the harvest season, 2 new cardamom dryers for the benefits of the surrounding communities. This is huge. This reduces well, what it actually does is it gives them the opportunity, the harvesters of the cardamom, to wait and hold their cardamom to sell until they can get higher prices at it, because it must be dried within 36 hours after harvesting. So in the past, they just had to take whatever price they could be given. This resulted in 97 families increasing their income in that area by an average of about $724. That is huge. So a total of 130 families received specialized training in cardamom production, and many, many others in that surrounding area. If you get a chance to go up there on one of these Sika Bay service healing hands trips, I would encourage you to do so. It's a wonderful thing. Now, I want to tell you about another amazing project. I just want to begin this though by saying there are so many of these now going on around the world that we could take this entire conference and do nothing but talk about them. We are just going to highlight a few while you're here in the next few days so you get an idea. But there's so much good going on, and I just want to say that is because of you, because of your generosity and what you're allowing to happen nowadays. So, we use an amazing amount of frankincense at doTERRA. This picture here is a picture of Emily Wright and I leaving Nairobi, Kenya at 2 a.m. in the morning. This was the first trip to Somalia. This happened in July of 2014, 2 years ago. We spent 17 hours in this little airplane flying into Bosaso, which is down by the Red Sea there. This first trip to Somalia, well, the conditions in Somalia are near desperate, as you might imagine. The country is in much disarray and unstable, hasn't had a central government now for nearly 30 years. We quickly learned that the resin trade was controlled by a handful of middlemen, with the people that worked in the frankincense trade remaining very, very poor. Our first trip to Somalia, we formed some very important relationships. And on that first trip, we're meeting here at the picture on your right with the Minister of Import-Export. I have his business card that says, Minister, Import-Export, and Pirate Eradication. Literally says that. Because you remember a couple of years ago, that was a big problem in Somalia. But anyway, we had a few initiatives upon our return from this first trip. And we've developed some of these initiatives today, one of which was to organize partners and harvesting communities. Now, our commitment to the harvesters has given the clan leaders the confidence to create a formal supply chain network that includes the harvesters, the shopkeepers, the clan elders, the council members, the landowners. Never in Somalia's history has this group ever worked together like this before. This is new. It's largely because of doTERRA's demand and our organizing efforts that we've been able to help arrange this huge change in the frankincense industry. It is really, really making a historic impact. Now, the second initiative we had coming out of Somalia was to build networks of cooperative centers far away from the cities, out in the harvesting communities where the people live. And this is kind of a drawing of our initial concept of these centers. But as part of this network, 3 warehouses have now been built thus far. One in Aragabu, one in Baro, and one in Ufle. These serve as logistical hubs for receiving the delivery of both food, stuffs, and also resin, frankincense resin. Now, each locale also employs local men and women, and right now under construction are 8 smaller warehouses that are going to be built on the very remote areas where the frankincense is actually harvested. These are underway right now and we built this year. Third initiative that we had, and that was to provide a boarding school for the harvesters' children. Now, last year, I announced the completion of the first school. That was just about a month old when we had our convention. And the school in Uruguayna has been operating now for over a year, and due to its popularity, it has expanded to over 215 students. It also includes adult education in the evenings. Last year, I announced school number 2 that we were going to build. And I'm pleased to report that Children will begin classes this month. Already there are 200 students ready to begin school there. And of course, both of these schools were built using Healing Hands funds. Now these kids are being educated with a number of different subjects that include English, math, science. You know, how do you change a place like Somalia? Well, it's got to begin with education. For those of you here for your first time, and for those of you who are veterans, I want to shift gears just a little bit here. Sorry, I'm a slide or 2 behind here. All right. You know, if you're wondering what the future looks like for doTERRA, I just want you to hold on. I want you to be open and ready to learn a lot in the next few days. You're going to be amazed by what is going to be presented. Now, there's never been a better time to join doTERRA. And just be prepared, though, for it to change your life, because it will. We have a beautiful new campus. We have a very strong and capable executive. I don't know why I've been so fortunate to be able to work with a group like this, because they are each individually just amazing people. You know, I'll share something else with you today too, lest any of you might worry about what great success might do to any of us. We put in place a operating agreement, about a 30-page operating agreement that each of the owners or executives signed before we sold our first bottles of essential oils. Its primary purpose is to protect the company from us. We wanted something that would go on beyond any of us as individuals and would live on and continue to do great work throughout the world. It's a testimony, though, to the character and personal integrity of this team that we've never had to use it. So I just wanted you to know that. We're committed to the science and the quality, and it will be surpassed by none. You're going to hear a lot more about this at this conference this week. Now, with your help, we intend to have significant impact on the world in which we live through our compact sourcing. This is a huge part of what doTERRA does. It has our hearts and minds. I know it has your hearts and minds as well. And of course, we will never be distracted from our mission of providing amazing medicinal-grade essential oils to families and educating them on their use. Compliant, of course. Now, I've attempted this morning to share with you our continued vision for doTERRA. And now I would like to take just a few minutes and maybe talk a little bit more about you. Particularly, I want to address our leaders, which would include those of you who desire to become such, and as well as those of you who don't yet know your leaders. doTERRA will make you a leader. Whether you are or not. You know, a leader is someone with desire and vision, and hopefully someone who wants to make a positive, lasting impact on the world in which we live. doTERRA just is amazing in how it creates leaders. My hope this morning is perhaps to inspire you just a little bit. We live in an increasingly low-trust world, don't we? This world has a desperate need for principle-centered individuals. We all have likely experienced disappointment in the past as someone we've looked up to or depended upon has let us down. We look for guiding constants in our lives. We all need this. I'm hoping that through the next few days that more of you will become inspired to become a guiding constant for those of you or those that you influence. People are guiding constants. Who are guiding constants? They create cultures, don't they? Cultures of excellence, building organizations that defy the norm, often becoming disruptive in a competitive world. And rather than being disrupted, though, or rendered irrelevant, they cause some amazing things to happen. At doTERRA, we intend to do this very thing, and we need individuals who are willing to join us in impacting the world for good. Now, many years ago, I was struck with the following quote. I don't remember who said it, but it goes like this. Not many in life you find whose works outrun their words so far that more than what they seem they are. Strong character is not easily acquired. It's forged over time through trials, often temptations, and usually some tribulation. True character is being true to the person looking back at you in the mirror, right? And as the famous coach John Wooden once said, be more concerned with your character because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is what others think you are. Each of you can make a difference. You will do so one way or another, right? Never underestimate your influence or the power you have to impact many lives for good. When you live with a vision, you literally create your future. Mental creation always precedes physical creation. And from your vision comes goals and plans to get there, hopefully. You may start with just you, but soon others will come. And when they do, the world will be changed. Now when the power of one, or the power of many rather, come together to form the power of one, then the world can truly be impacted for good. And that's what you're doing here as part of doTERRA. Abraham Lincoln once stated, always bear in mind that your own resolution to success is more important than any other one thing. Now, doTERRA represents a great gift to each of us, to me and to you. It's a company that you can depend on to always do the right thing. We give you that commitment. It is a company that you can throw your heart into and not be disappointed. The past 12 months have not been without their challenges, and your resilience has been really amazing and memorable to me, and I, for one, am very grateful. The last 8 years have been an amazing whirlwind of a journey. I get the sense that some of us have stepped back a little, maybe taken a deep breath. Perhaps we've done a little bit of recalibrating. Now it's time to recommit and re-engage. Find our voices and our passion again. Do not be fearful, right? But be believing. A spirit of gratitude will envelop you. You will be happier. You will bless many lives, which in return will bless yours forever. Let's go forward and do what's never been done before. And as you go through these next few days, I want to give you a challenge. I hope that you'll be sensitive and aware of the ideas, the feelings, the promptings, the convictions that come into your hearts. Write them down and then act. And you will be forever glad that you did. Thank you. Thank you very much.